Ulftak Blackhawk is a war boss of the Bad Moons clan. Formerly a Stormboy under the Mech Lord, war boss of the Tekwa. During an Oathbreaker boarding with the Mech Boffin and Mad Dog Drosfang, Ulftak followed the commands of his boss, Badgit Snazhammer. Tasked with escorting the Boffin to the Cogboy Cruiser warp drive, alongside Mogrok Redtooth and Death Row, the mob of Badgit smashed through the Tech Priests. Stopped in their path by a Castellan tin boy, Snazhammer died during his headlong charge, ironically losing his head, forcing the boys to use disguises of Cogboy bodies stapled to sheet metal to sneak past. Failing that, the boys attacked as a group, allowing Ulftak to reach Badgit's body, his mates hurling a bunch of stick bombs at the tin boy as Ulftak picked up the Snazhammer, striking the tin boy with his massive swing, stunning it briefly. Blackhawk lost both his legs and took a heavy punch to the chest as his mates broke up the Castellan. Doc Drosfang cutting off Ulftak's head and stapling it to Badgit's body. Now as the biggest git in the mob, Blackhawk took control as their boss, ordering the Boffin to activate his warp decapitator next to the warp drive, causing a catastrophic diffusion, making a warp implosion happen. The Mech Lord's fleet was reverted back to the Mechanicus cruiser's previous warp jump coordinates before being spat back into real space. The bodies of the Cogboys and Orcs transforming into warp Griblies. After a good scrap, the boys found themselves in orbit of the Forge World of Hephaestus alongside the fleet of Captain Badruk. The Mech Lord's fleet, spearheaded by his flagship, Mork's Hammer, siding with the Blacktooth as they allied to pillage the planet. The Orcs descended upon the capital of Node Primus, with Ulftak and his boys riding on a lander. Some Iron Warrior called Gavrak Dalin, looking to blow up the big old warlord titan called Lux Annihilatus for revenge or something. As Umi Gargans deployed, Badruk teleported his men down thanks to the tech he got from Mogrok the Mangler alongside the Mech Lord's Mega Gargan. Offering Ulftak a chance to join his crew, Blackhawk told him to zog off, stealing a dragster from some git from the Cult of Speed, leaping through the Lux Annihilatus' shields, dragging a squig with him. Landing on the Titan's head and slipping through its eye socket to crump the crew, Ulftak released the Umi within its fluid tank and watched the squig tear at its flesh, naming the squig Princess after the Titan pilot it gored. As the Orcs pillaged the planet, Ulftak found himself a proper Garg shock rifle, which Princess would on occasion help him aim. Gavrak Dalin, well annoyed that the Orcs stole his thunder, with Ulftak calling himself the Gargan Smasher hereafter. His mate, Grand Genitor Capofenis Ul, lowered the void shield of his palace to allow the Orcs to get in. Wanting to capture some for their ritual, the Lexico Arcanus Vika Yavonos attempted to stop the Warpsmith and had a bit of a scrap, his retreat pushing him into a mob which he put down, saving one for his binding ritual. Meeting with Ul to sacrifice the Orcs he'd taken, Dalin summoned the Gargus demon engine to be created in real space for over 7 millennia, using the Forge World's primary power grid, the beastie calling itself T. Kanaroth. Betraying Capofenis Ul as part of the sacrifice, the Warpsmith allowed the demon to break the Void Shield array and pick fights with a bunch of Gargans. Ulftak and his boys nicking the grav tank to reach the factory's secret workshops. The Boffin customized a suit of Beaky Centurion armor for Blackhawk, whilst he pocketed a bunch of prototype weapon plans. Marching out within his armor, now fitted with proper Dakka, Ulftak confronted Captain Badruk, who demanded the lion's share of the loot, despite being late to the party. Interrupted by the Cogboys and Tikanaroth, as they watched the beastie swallow a massive Gargan's heart and destroy the Mech Lord's Mecha Gargan, Badruk, with no loot to steal from Griblies, refused to get involved. Nicking Badruk's personal flyer, Ulftak and the boys tried out his stacker on Tikanaroth, but found it to be useless. Blackhawk instead ejecting from the aircraft, allowing it to collide into the demon, pushing it into the Forge World's molten river, softening his fall with the Centurion Armor's prototype jump pack. As Badruk and the Mech Lord met with him, the captain forgave him for stealing his flyer, impressed by how Garg the spectacle was. Giving the Mech Lord the blueprints he found about the Umi weapons, Ulftak was promoted to a big boss for his work, before the Bad Moons and Freebooters investigated the Archaeotech what the Warpsmith and Demon Engine wanted so badly. Badruk teleported away with the Gubbins, escaping aboard the Blacktooth, as the Bad Moons escaped the erupting volcanoes, plunging the Forge World into mayhem. The Mech Lord vowed to get vengeance against the captain. The Tekwa, following Badrock's trail until they got distracted by an Exodite maiden world called Shao Ha. After purging the pansies, the orcs began to settle scores made during Hephaestus. The evil son's rider, Riptooth, demanded a race to put Ulfdak in his place for stealing his dragster. The boffin built a truck before sunrise to keep Black Orc's reputation intact. Fitted with massive jets on its back and replacing its engines with something proper massive. As the race began, the spiky pansies interrupt the event, not that the evil sons minded, spicing things up. Shooting a bunch of raiders with his shock rifle until their Archon cut off his hand, Princess saved Ulfdak from a fatal shot to the head, forcing the spikies to regroup as Riptooth gained the lead. Ulfdak activating the jets of his truck as it careened off a rocky outcrop. It crashed onto the Archon's fleeing skimmer and snatched victory of the race from the evil sons, earning their respect for the big boss. Ordering Doc Drosfang to replace his hand as the spikies returned for another go, Ulfdak's warband chased the spikies into their home of Port Tavar in Commorragh, much to the annoyance of the trueborn Archon of the Hollow Art, Daemara Frakes. Allying with another spiky Archon called Zophar Orydrade of the Cabal of the Wounding Wind. As the edgy pansies rallied to rebel, Ulfdak found himself to have grown too big for his Centurion armor. Growing well smart with each growth spurt, Ulfdak led his men through the web of deceptions and sneaky traps laid by the spikies, their passage through their third portal tipping him off that maybe someone was intentionally herding him into a trap. Retrofitting the portal technology with help from the boffin to strike at the spikies from the skies, using Weirdboy Uskop as a conduit. No matter how cunning they were, none could stop Black Orc's rampage. Daemira fighting Ulfdak herself, almost losing her life in the process. As the Archons retreated, they sent a bunch of mandrakes to assassinate Black Orc as a compromise. Attacking Ulfdak when he was alone, the mandrakes failed to crump him with Princess by his side. The sneaky gets all gored up, forcing their leader, Kerazul, to run away. The boffin using Ulfdak's shock rifle and salvage scrap to track the Archon's location. Meanwhile, the spikies recruited the Grand Succubus of the Deathly Sorrow, Zerzuli Mindrex, to help him capture Ulfdak. Agreeing only if they put him in her arena, Mindrex's forces managed to inject Black Orc with a potent poison which swells bodies to bursting. Yet whilst Ulfdak grew in size, he refused to pop. Daemira confronting him in his cell, unnerved by his callous disregard for death's inevitability. His sharp growth and mass also unlocked new heights of intelligence, making him more cunning than ever before. His warband tracking his location, using the tether frequency of the Snazhammer to his hand. As they toiled, Ulfdak faced his first opponent in the arena, a Beaky of the Crimson Fist First Company. No match for Ulfdak, now at his massive size. Black Orc chucked a Beaky into the stalls of the spikies, letting him vent his frustrations with his chainsword. His next opponent proving a much better match, but not what he expected. Seeing his old mate, Death Row, mangled into the form of a spiky grotesque, Ulfdak pummeled him into mush, so he stopped being an Orky for the least amount of time. Ulfdak's boys attacking the arena, allowing him to reach for his Snazhammer. Weirdly, instead of coming to him, he teleported to it, finding himself in the gore of some poor git among Princess, Mulgrot Redtooth, the Boffin, and Nizwit. Confronting all five of the spikies, Daemira, her brother Dalgar, Master Emunculus, Macutalyx, Grand Succubus Zerzuli, and Zophar Orydrade. Ulfdak crumped Maculatix and Zerzuli as their poison did little to slow him down. Daemira watching her flagship, Art's End, fire upon the spikies on the surface now that it was crewed by orcs. Ulfdak bargained the means to open the portal to leave Commorragh or allow her vessel to collide and destroy everything. Offering her brother as a prisoner, Ulfdak accepted and teleported away with Dalgar, leaving behind the Dark City in order to answer the call of his war boss, the Mech Lord. Finding his flagship, Mork's Hammer, aboard his now renamed cruiser, Star Smasher, Ulfdak lured the Mech Lord aboard to wrestle control of the war from his grip, now that he was big enough to challenge him. Now of similar bulk, Ulfdak piledrove the Mech Lord into the floor, flattening his head, but having his own hand cut off as repayment. Splitting the Mech Lord's head in two with the Snazhammer, Ulfdak ordered the crew of the Star Smasher to fire the stolen weapon of the Art's End, Voidbreaker, the largest dark lance of its kind, destroying Mork's Hammer and ensuring his rise as war boss. Ulfdak now leading his own war, with Doc Drosfang and the Boffin as his lieutenants. Who knows what this brutal and cunning war boss will do next in his attempt to be the orkiest war boss who ever lived.